guys, I'm HP. This is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is rock guitar building speed 2. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. So, what are we talking about today? A way to build up speed in rock guitar. And today we're going to talk, I'm going to show you. We talk about shuffling. You know, just starting to build up patterns and figures which help you to play more fast. Something like that. Yeah, and so on. So we're going to talk about shuffle in specific figures, patterns, and just building up basic figures and applying it to your regular playing. One of the main points is when you play any kind of shuffle groove, which is more rare in rock guitar than in blues, but the basic metrics of shuffle is triplets. So that's one of the main problems with the triplets is when you play triplets, you have 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. When you know 3 notes per beat, or later sextoles, but that is something more specific. But triplets in specific, there you have the problem when you play with altered picking. And you have your foot here, 1 2 3 1 2 3. Then in the first you start with the downstroke, and the second triplet with an upstroke, and that can cause a lot of confusion. So this is the main topic. First of all, second one will be economic picking, like learning the basics of economic picking. Because this helps you get a more fluent playing, gives you a wider selection of expression and speed, of course, later when you can play it. And then, of course, to try to get faster and also learn the main patterns which are used. So let's start with the first thing, and therefore we go to the closing. One of the main topics when it comes to you want to play fast over the over the fretboard is the orientation and the patterns which you're using. And most, I would say 99.9% of the players out there come out of the regular pentatonic. You know this. This backing track is in B minor. And when you play the pentatonics, you're of course mostly limited to the patterns and boxes you're using, and therefore you will quickly start to sound the same all the time, because and there you have some limits. And one major point to change this is that you start using modes and you need the patterns. And I already said in the first building speed 1 tutorial, the main thing is that you need to build up a new orientation frame on the fretboard in order to get something together which helps you to keep the orientation as you had in the pentatonics. And therefore I recommend using 2 types of patterns, and all 3 note per string patterns. One with root on the low E string and one with root on the low A string. There's only one on the A string. So, and when we have a B minor 7 or B minor Aeolian, the regular pattern will be this one here. This one doesn't really work so well when it comes to getting speed, and then you're limited again to this one position. But when you're using 3 note per string patterns, they're quite challenging at the beginning, but it doesn't really make the big difference because there's a lot of work ahead of you in order to get faster and more focused on the entire fretboard. So if you play the B minor scale with 3 notes per string, then you cover from B minor from here till here. And here again is the B again, and here you have the other pattern which covers the rest of the fretboard. 3 notes per string again. Or down here. So with this pattern and this pattern, you cover the entire fretboard, and this in combination with the pentatonic patterns works really great. And now you need to do this on all chords, and each chord has a mode. So in this case we have a progression B to G to E minor to A. And now we are following the chords. So on the first, of course, we have B Aeolian. This will be this one here. And since we have triplets, I already said at the beginning, one of the main problems with triplets is that you have down and up stroke. If you count, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. On the first triplet, you start with the downstroke and the second with the upstroke. That's the bad news. The good news, if you play 3 notes per string, it always starts when you change the string. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then you can go back down. Okay? So first thing is that you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And unfortunately it doesn't resolve perfectly. If you want to resolve it perfectly, that it ends again, then you can, well, it's going to be a topic later, but I'm going to quickly show you. You go to the next position. And then you go back down on the B, and it resolves perfectly. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oopsie. Yeah. But for today it's just one position, okay? So we have B minor. Now on the G we have Lydian. That will be this one here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. When you play triplets, make the accent on the first. So 1, 2, 3. Back. Yeah, for today we don't do the going out of the position, because first we need to get the shapes down and then learn the other shapes before going further. This is going to be a full program here, so if you want to do technical stuff, just subscribe to my channel and follow these tutorials. It's just, we're still in the building up phase here, okay? So we're just learning the shapes and playing triplets. Next will be E. That will be E Dorian. This is like this. Or opposite. And the last will be A. That will be A Mixolydian. Or opposite. So the first exercise you could do here now is just try to play along with a backing track or this backing track. By the way, you can download this plus the tabs about the stuff I'm talking here in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. So first thing, you just play this stuff and try to keep the orientation And first we start on the low, and then we start also on the high note to make the opposite thing. The second part is a bit harder because most students have a better orientation when they start with a low root note. So let's go. G, E, and A. Opposite. Yo. As I said, the opposite thing is a little bit harder because, as I said, most students are used to the orientation from the low, but you also need to know the other because of the orientation thing. And it's already a challenge that you always have to switch between the chords. That's one thing which you also need to practice while you play, that you always follow the grid of chords and you always know where you're going. So that would be a first exercise. The next would be arpeggios with economy picking, or with normal, as you like. It's up to you. So we have B minor 7. This will be B minor here. This will be G major, and here we choose this pattern here. G major to E minor, same as B minor, just here in the 7th fret, and A7 pretty similar like the G, just we have now a dominant 7 chord. Now when you want to do this with economy picking, I have to go a little bit more far away because that you can see both. I strongly recommend that you work at least check both versions. You can do either with altered picking, down, up, down, up, down. I found that okay when you play slow, but when you play faster, I found this method a little bit slowing a little bit down and doesn't make the arpeggios so smooth, but that's really up to you. You can figure it out yourself. With economy picking is down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, then this will be like this with economy picking. The next one, G, is down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, down. So you can already hear it sounds really smoother than when you do. That's really up, as I said, it's up to you. When we have E minor, same again as B minor. That will be this one here, and the A would be similar like the G, just here now, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Some people might ask, why don't you do this one here? Well, you could do that as well if you like that, but for some reason these shapes here, they're more sophisticated for economy picking. But as I said, it's just, you know, when it comes to technical stuff, there's not really a general wisdom. It's just I'm sharing my thoughts here. And one thing when you work on stuff like that is that you really make your movements on the fretboard and the picking as efficient as possible. That makes you fast. And the other thing is, which is even more important, train your ears. You know, some guys can do the, stuff like that, but they don't hear what they play. They just make the movement. So when you do this, also build up your ear training. You know, that you also could hear what you play without playing. You know what I mean? That's really important. Okay. When you want to play this in triplets, unfortunately it doesn't resolve perfectly. So, but when you go like this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, when you go till the fifth and back, then it resolves nicely. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Till the fifth, and then you play it with the track and maybe with a nicer sound. And now, first thing is that you're able to play stuff like that and follow the chords and have the technical abilities to just play it tack, 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 tack. And I mean, even it's not so easy as it looks. I mean, when I talk and I need to still do all this stuff, sometimes where I am and you don't have much time, so really have your automatisms trained. And the main task is to build up automatisms to get the movements fluent, also with these stretch figures. And this takes some time. You cannot do this in 1 or 2 weeks. It will take you months. You know, till if you're brand new to this stuff, it really will take a lot of time, and there's a lot of repeating necessary to get this stuff done. To have a little outlook, you can try to play sextoles once you're fast enough. I've chosen 90 BPM because, you know, this way the triplets are still slow enough. But you want to go to double time, then it gets really tough here. So if you want to go to double time, when you do arpeggios as an example, you can do this. This one here, let me go back to the other sound first. So we have B minor, little arpeggio, and it resolves perfectly. You need 6 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's 6 notes per beat. With economic picking, down, 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 up, pull off, up. Down, 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 up, pull off, up. And then you just follow the chords. B minor, G, no, E minor, and A. So let's try this with the track and see how it sounds. Put on a cooler sound. That's quite wild already, but that's the easiest one among the sweep picking stuff. You can also play the 3-note per string as showed in sextoles, and there I recommend to do it legato. So now we have one problem. It doesn't resolve fully. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you need one note more. You can either repeat this again or you move up. You move up in a chord note, which would be this one here, okay? Or you make the run shorter, that also works. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then resolve again. Resolve like this. Let's see the G. Like this, or here we don't have the possibility to reach a chord note, so you can take this here like this, and on the E minor we have the same as the B. Or and the A. Oh, you can also, I forgot, you can also repeat the last note. That's up to you. So now let's try this in the practical use. I must say sextoles on 90 is already quite challenging, but let's see what we can do. Or the short version. Yo, and now you can make combinations with the regular pentatonic playing and just use just this simple stuff here just as a highlight, and there you already have quite something additional. And I'll show you, going to play regular stuff and then just pop in with stuff like that, and that's quite cool. Now comes E minor. Yeah, and so on. It's quite a challenge then to, you know, that it doesn't sound like you're playing one exercise after another, but you need to start somewhere to get this in a fluent thing. And as I already said, the main task is also to build up your ears, that you really pre-hear what you're playing, and that's also part of the exercise. When you do these exercises, that you hear, you know, this is really important. Otherwise the whole speed will not bring you anything, and you don't reach the speed so fluently, because your ears have to also be as fast as your fingers, you know. Yo guys, that was now rock guitar building speed 2. This time we have a shuffle groove, is the difference is, as I already said, the basis is triplets and sextoles, but sextoles also work on a binary beat, but on a tenor shuffle beat you don't play straight 8, so you also don't play 16 notes. They don't really sound well. But triplets are challenging of the one problem which I already mentioned. The main thing when you do technical stuff is you really need to want this, and then you have to put on your practice routines on this goal and put in the necessary minutes or hours of practice work into your regular practicing. If you want to go to that level of speed, regular practicing is inevitable. Otherwise you don't get there, because your fingers and your whole body is not built to do all this stuff, and you need to train this, and you also need to train your ears, and but it's quite cool. And it's even if you cannot use the stuff, maybe when you start with this, it also makes the regular things way easier, Then you think, oh wow, that's really simple stuff now. Good. I wrote down the main exercise I just showed. There as tabs are available together with this practicing track here in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there if you have any questions, or if you want to show your practice plan to me or the community to get a feedback if you're doing right. Please make a premium member upgrade and write it in your premium member blog, that in order we have something and going on, some interaction, see if you're doing right, or probably see if your finger positions are okay and stuff like that. Good, that's all me and Dr. Pickup thing to say. Bye guys.